We have a basic shape for the mouth that obviously is going to be adapted later with some more detail. And again, I'm kind of focusing more on my work, although it is still symmetrical. I'm dedicating more time to this side because I'm going to mirror the one half of the model. At this point, I want to generate some structure around the eye, and for that I will need to identify a good center for the eye. So I think it's a good idea to try to find that center. I'm looking at my drawing, and although on this side here, just guessing the location for the eye or the eye socket, it would be probably here or here. So if I do this one, and if you look at your drawing, the center of the eye or the eye socket is going to be sort of where his pupil is. So right now it's a little high. If I try to do it here, it's a little too low, I think, and also getting too close to the mouth. If I do it here, it's too close to the center of the face, so that won't give me enough room to have an in-between eyes. So I think the better location would be this one, and for that I'm going to move it down, trying to find the location and move these guys down too, so that it makes some more sense, and move some of these guys down. And I probably will have to adapt them again later, but at least with this I have some consistency. So I move this one down, and I know my side view is going to be in between the eyes, is going to be there. We said this line is going to be the center for the nose, so I'm going to just leave some of these guys here, and that even more adds more importance to this one to be the center of the eye. And I push this guy in a little bit. This one seems to be right there, that's okay so far, and this one seems to be okay, and I'm going to just push this guy in a tiny bit so that my lines are a little more consistent. Okay, so when I have the topology sort of identifying that the center of the eye is going to be around this vertex, and that I am going to do a loop there. Usually the loop is done with multi-cut tool, and the technique that I follow and that many people follow is generating what I call the diamond shape. And the diamond shape is nothing else but just cutting a diamond around the vertex. And you want to pay attention to the cut, because it's easy. And I'm going to undo here just for a moment so you can see it's easy to get confused and to try to do it from the vertexes, and this is incorrect. So you don't want to do that. You want to cut from like the middle of the line, and yeah, that will generate some weird cuts there and some geometry that is not correct, but that's the process. You cut it there, so, and you're gonna generate triangles here, but that's fine for now. And that gives me sort of like a center version of this guy, of the eye socket. And now I will have the opportunity to generate around the eye some sort of a loop. In order to do that, I am going to bring down some of these vertices, and I will probably need to add some more vertices down the road there, but at least this one I want to bring them down to have his head a little bit more proportionate, and we're gonna have some more there. But for now, I'm just trying to get these ones a little bit closer to the eye, so these polygons here don't get too long. You want to remember, you want to keep him sort of quad-like shape, and not so stretched and longer. So that means these guys are a little too long. I'm gonna have to fix them later. Okay, so we're focusing on the eye now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, with that diamond shape created, I am going to use the multi-cut tool again, and I'm going to cut from the middle of the line to the corner, hit enter, from the middle of the line to the corner, hit enter, from the middle of the line to the corner, enter, and so on here and enter. And what that makes is that it allows me to have, I'm going to just grab those guys again, and I'm going to just use the scale tool and just scale them out a tiny bit. And you see that I have generated quad shapes all around, and these guys are quads too. And that start giving me the center for what you think it could be an eye socket. So I'm just looking through the front view here, trying to generate a little more rounder shape for it. It's not perfect, but a little more, so like that. You see, I'm looking at both angles and making it better. And of course, now I can add a couple of loops around this thing. And for that, I'm going to go to Object Mode, and I'm going to insert Edge Loop Tool, and I'm going to start by adding one. You see how it goes around like that? It's just because they are all quads, so they became a loop. And I'm going to just do that. And of course, this guy, I'm going to start modifying it. And I know this is this shape. And I'm starting to follow a little bit more of the roundness. If I can select it here, selecting this one, of what the eye socket is doing. And I may need to probably push this guy out there a little bit, because I'm trying to get this a little bit better in terms of the roundness of it. So this one is like this, and this one I'm like that. Again, I'm trying to keep it the best possible without being too worried about the solution yet. Just trying to get the shapes to sort of make sense. So it sort of becomes sort of like a spider web type of thing that you see there. And then I will probably simply add one extra loop here. Grab the edge loop, insert edge loop tool, which was the last one I used, so that's why it's highlighted there. And I'm going to insert another one here, and that gives me some more resolution for me to work on the eye socket some more. Again, just trying to generate that sort of like a curvature. And of course on this side it has to start going back, because of course the head is doing that curve there. It's not perfect yet, but it's getting there. Just getting a little bit more to the outer ring of the socket. So that means this vertex here is going to have to be pushed even more. And at this point you see that I'm not worrying about the other side anymore, because I'm getting to too much detail for me to try to do on the other side, and doesn't make sense at this point to try to be mirroring everything yet. When we have some more definition, we'll just go for the mirroring. So I'm getting closer now, and I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. Don't forget to save, so I'm gonna save, incremental save here, so I have another version of it.